G'day everyone, it's Comics with Callaway. We're going to do a review of Man of Steel issue 2 from the 6-part mini-series from 1986 by John Byrne. I did a review of issue 1 probably a month or so ago now, so I'll link that one in the description if I can work out how. And then I'm going to do a review of number 3 after. I've got 1, 2, 3 and 6, I think. I'm still trying to track down 4 and 5, so try and track them down, then do reviews of that as well. But this mini-series has been really good so far, even though I've only read the first 3. Issue 1 was, his basic origin story, turning into Superman, leaving Smallville, going to Metropolis, becoming Superman for the first time. And then this issue 2 picks up where the last issue of issue 1 ended with him as they found out that there was like a Superman in town, but at the end of issue 1 he hadn't had his suit or anything yet. He saved a crashing plane, but he was wearing normal clothes. And then now in issue 2 he shows up with the new blue Superman suit, so they're trying to work out who it is. And it's written by John Byrne, who we all know John Byrne. His Superman run was top notch. So it's really good. The smell is hypnotising. The smell of the old newsprint paper. The art's really good. It's surprisingly this issue I've got still really good quality. It's basically near mint still. The colour hasn't faded too much. And this whole issue is, like I said, him coming out as Superman. Well, not his identity, but revealing, Superman here. So they're trying to figure out who he is. They're trying to get the first story on him. They're trying to Lois is trying to get an exclusive. So the whole book is basic on that. Lois is trying to track him down, find out who Superman is, where he's from, what he can do, what his powers and stuff are. So it starts off, she goes to every sighting of where Superman is, and she's doing it for a week or so, and each time she gets there, she's late. So like by the time she gets there, he's just gone. By the time she gets to the next sighting, he's disappeared again. So Superman, he saves a mugger. So a mugger here robbed this woman, took a handbag. So Superman stops the mugging, and then he jams him in a trash can, and then puts the trash can with him up hanging off a street pole so he can't get away until the cops get there. I thought that was pretty funny. But the art and the panels are fantastic. For 1986, they were definitely the good old days. And so he stops that mugging and he puts him up in the light tower in the trash can so he can't get away. But he gets another call. So he hears an emergency. These people are holding up a liquor store. So they're robbing a liquor store. And at this point in time, the police officers, which are SWAT, they still don't know who he is because they only seen him last week save a plane, but he wasn't in his blue suit. So now they don't know who Superman is yet, and the SWAT officers are trying to negotiate with the robbers, and they're not getting anywhere. They're saying, if you come in, we're going to kill people. If you keep talking, we're going to kill people. So then Superman comes in, he says, maybe not, let me help. And then this guy's, what in the name of? And he's like, what circus did you escape from? And he's like, no circus, Captain. Will you ask your men to pull back, please? I don't want to risk collateral damage. So, stray bullets, sorry. So he goes in and he stops the robbers. He's pointing the gun at him. He just bends the end of the barrel. So he takes down these thing, and then this scene was pretty funny. And no, I'm not misogynistic when I find it funny, but he's like, a lady. No, and no, so where do we go? She goes, it's a lady. And she's like, you wouldn't hit a lady, would you? And Superman's like, a lady? No, I'd never hit a lady. And then he's like, he does the little love tap, the flick on the chest. She goes flying, and she's like, but then I've never met a lady who carries dynamite under her coat, especially not dynamite ready to explode at a touch of a finger. And he's like, I'll just zap these wires, something I didn't want to risk doing while you were still wearing the thing. So he foils this robbery crew who hold up a liquor store. And this is where Lois is. She's every scene she gets to, Superman's just finished. He's just saved the day and he's just gone. And now she's got the shits. She's crabby that she's been looking for weeks, and all she's got out of it is sore feet from running around the city. And now she's pissed off that other news outlets in the town are getting stories of him, and they're using the Superman title that she gave him, that she come up with. So she's not happy about that. And it goes on, and Lois has the bright idea here. What if she pretends to be in an accident and gets Superman's attention? And then when Superman saves her, she'll be able to ask all the questions she wants for a story, for the scoop. So she drives a car off into the river, off the bridge into the river, and she's screaming. And Superman says, "Well, things seem to have quieted down a bit. In the past 48 hours, there have been no obvious crimes of any kind in Metropolis. Wouldn't it be immodest of me to take that as a sign that the underworld has gotten the message?" And he's like, "As long as I'm on the job, there'll be no room for..." Hold it. And then he hears Lois screaming, "Help, help." Getting a little ahead of herself here, Clark. So he goes down and he's like, "Not a crime after all, a damsel in distress. And not just any damsel, Lois Lane." And so he goes and saves her. But the funny thing is, when he saves her, he finds a little portable air tank underneath her seat, so she could breathe air when she was underwater. So he's figured it out. He knows what Lois was up to. I thought that was pretty funny. So he saved her, and while he's saving her, he's seen the air tank under her front seat that she was planning to use when she was underwater. So he knew what she was up to straight away. So he saves her, and then he takes her to her house so she can dry off, so she's not cold. And this is where her plan sets in, where she wants to get a scoop on him. So she asks him all the questions, and he says, all the stuff I can tell you is not going to be much use to you, because he doesn't exactly know where he comes from yet. So he just says that, and she tries to manipulate him a bit more to get more answers out of him, and he just says, "All right, Superman, it is now. Now, is there anything you can get me to call me Lois?" So he calls her Miss Lane, and he's like, "Of course, I'd be delighted to." And he leaves here, and he's like, "Oh, just out of curiosity, do you always drive around with an aqua lung under your front seat of your car? That's like the portable air tank, like a scuba tank, not a big little mouthpiece one." And she's like, wow. And she's like, "He already knew the whole time." So she thought he didn't know, but he knew right from the start. So then she gets into work, and she thinks she's got the scoop on the Superman story. And Perry's like, "We've already got it. We got the exclusive to Superman." And she's like, "What? How already? I haven't written it up yet." And then she's like, "Our new hire." So Perry just hired Clark Kent, and Clark Kent wrote the story. So it's pretty funny. The whole book, she's been trying to, play chess and be a couple of moves ahead to try and get the story on Superman. And he ended up getting a scoop on her. So I found it pretty funny. It was enjoyable. So great book, very fun to read. John Byrne. Especially issue 1. Like, issue 1 took you on a journey from start to finish. Issue 1 played with all the emotions, love, emotion. Like issue 1 just sucked you right in. It was a great Superman story. and then issue 2, it's just as good, and it's just quite funny to see Lois, get outsmarted. It's quite funny and good to read. Way better. And it's funny because you get to the end and it's like you see here Clark Kent, he's writing a story of himself. Now you see in the main DC universe now, Bendis has, completely destroyed Superman and outed his identity. And it's like, when his identity's out there, Clark can't do this. So every article that Clark has ever written about Superman now just becomes null and void because he's been writing about himself, So no one's going to take any article now that Clark Kent has written about Superman. They're not going to take it seriously, So that was just one panel that made me think of Bendis' run of how terrible it is. But so I'm going to do review number 3, then I've got to track down issue 4 and 5 so I can do a review of that. But great story. I recommend if you're old Superman fans and you haven't read a lot of the old stuff and you don't like the new Bendis stuff, check out John Byrne as Superman. Just fantastic. Great art. This one's still in great condition. The panels are still dynamic, and they're just, every panel that Superman's in, he's the traditional, the old classic style Superman of everything that he stands for. And just really good issue. Fun read, like right from start to finish. It was just fun. I wasn't bored, I wasn't angry, wasn't going, ugh, it wasn't meh. It was, it was just fun, right from page 1 to page end. It was really good. So, can't recommend these ones enough. Back issues are becoming a lot, for me anyway, reading back issues is a lot more exciting than the new stuff. So, trying to track down a lot of old back issues and stuff for reviews. So, that's it, guys. I started in a bit of a ramble now, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share the videos. It helps attract views of the channel, get the name out there. Comics with Calloway, and we'll see you next time. See ya.